over those 4 or so years, how would you characterize your relationship with Mr. Diggs?
I would say it's complicated. We had it started out as friends. It started out as friends, became, and we would meet up.
What's going on, guys? JayeDeBlack here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about this trial that is getting underway in regards to Stefon Diggs. It started today. They're doing a jury selection, and everybody's in court, including the woman who was his ex-chef, who accused him of assault. And apparently it's because they got into it over money and he choked her, right? Well, she's not doing well in court right now. She's not. She's doing very poorly, according to what I've seen and what other people are saying. They're saying that she is possibly a hostile witness. She's getting bad. She had bad legal prep for this trial. The case is messy. At the beginning, the judge kind of scolded the prosecution because they didn't have certain things in order. Now, this is only day one. This is day one, but she is the star witness of the prosecution, and apparently she is struggling in court and even admitted to having a physical relationship because it wasn't put out there. We didn't really know. I mean, we all thought the same things, right? We thought that there's definitely something going on with these two. She's living in his house. You know, she, has the typical look that he likes in the women that he deals with. So something was going on, and she basically confirmed it with his lawyers pressing it, right? And there are people who are saying she's coming off as a woman who's jealous of Cardi B, or is jealous that he's dealing with other women besides her. And that is why she is doing this. But I want y'all to look at this in this sense. She isn't really suing him. This is a criminal trial. This is a criminal trial, right? But she is not looking like a victim on the stand. She's trying, but no tears are coming out that I've seen. Maybe y'all seen more of it. I haven't really checked out the whole thing. I've been checking out bits and pieces here and there, checking out what people are saying. But this is only day one, so we don't have to look too deep into it. But I wanted to speak on this because a key part of everything that we have been hearing about the chef and Stefon Diggs was that she worked for him. She lived in his home when he was living in Boston, playing for the Patriots. She was his living chef. And there may have been something going on. Well, she confirmed it. And I guess, people have the question, did Cardi B call her to mediate things? I guess when she went to the police or, that particular situation. So something happened. We don't know. I think it would be very difficult for her to make these allegations and push this forward if absolutely nothing happened. I just think that she's not the type of female you put on the stand, especially day one. Like, you wouldn't wait a few days, you wouldn't wait a few days, before putting up. Maybe they had to, but I mean, this is looking clunky, and Stefon's lawyer is making a good argument. When he was speaking to the jury, he is making a very solid argument, and she is not looking like someone who was in distress, someone who was hurt by him physically, more so maybe mentally, because, Stefon Diggs he's screwing all these different women around him. This guy is just screwing everybody. He's screwing this female assistant, this female chef. This guy has a problem, and he needs to get that problem under control, right? So let's get into this article. To the assault trial of former New England Patriots wide receiver Stefon Diggs began in district court here Monday with jury selection. Diggs was charged with strangulation or suffocation, felony, and misdemeanor of assault and battery in connection with the incident, which court records say took place at his home here on December 2nd of 2025. He has pleaded not guilty. Prosecutors say Diggs hit a woman working for him as a private chef across the face and wrapped his arm around her neck from behind. He was released by the Patriots in March. Judge Jean Marie Carroll is overseeing the trial. Assistant for Norfolk District Attorney Drew Virtue is prosecuting the case, and attorney Andrew Kedwell is leading Diggs' defense. The jury comprises of 6 women and 1 man. That is crazy. I don't know if this is protocol, but this whole thing is crazy because you have a female judge. You got 6 women on the jury. Is that actually normal? But the thing is that right now Diggs' attorneys are destroying this woman on the stand. So will that even matter? Right? After the break, the woman explained that she deleted some messages from the exchanges between her and Diggs before turning them over to the police because of fear of how it will be perceived. Now, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can go to some earlier ones. Let's go to some earlier. Let's go back. They're updating things. Let's go back. Okay. After a little under 2 hours of jury selection, 7 people were picked to serve as jurors in Diggs' case. Before the trial is being held, in district court. Only 6 jurors are ahead. Okay, so we already know who's gonna be on the jury. Virtue told the jury that Diggs entered the woman's bedroom and at his home, walked up to her, slapped her, put her in a headlock, threw her down on the bed, and left. The woman continued working for Diggs after that and had a dispute over a payment. Virtue told the panel that members of Diggs' staff told the woman that she needed to sign a non-disclosure agreement in order to get paid. So basically, if this did happen, which is, I'm telling you right now, it was very weird how Stefon wanted this woman to sign an NDA after this alleged incident, right? He wanted her to sign an NDA after this alleged incident, which is very weird, and it doesn't look good, in order for her to get paid. The first time any such agreement had been raised, Virtue told them he would call a Dedham police officer to the stand who would explain how charges came to be filed against Diggs. Right now, your main job is to listen, he said, asking them to consider each witness' financial relationship with Diggs. Virtue began by addressing the jury directly, explaining to them that their role was going to be determined the facts of what happened on December 2nd of 2025. He offered a roadmap of the prosecution's case. They will hear from the woman who worked for Diggs about her background, how she came to work for the wide receiver, and the disagreement that they had that started over text. Speaking to police, the woman told them a made-up story because she was furious and wanted Mr. Diggs to pay. This is Diggs' attorney, Kedwell. Her demands for money began on December 29th and had continued as the case has neared trial. That number has only gone up, Kedwell said. Diggs sits before the jury, an innocent man falsely accused of a crime. The lawyer said he urged them to find Diggs not guilty. By December 2nd, she was furious about being left off the trip. Kedwell told jurors to carefully examine the woman's text messages with Diggs. They will show that she turned over to police what was curated section of the conversations. There was nothing out of the ordinary for the woman. About December 2nd, she cooked dinner for Diggs, then flew to New York City to spend the week with friends, Kedwell said. A week later, on December 9th, she returned to the home. When she spoke to police, she would say that she was going to pack her things. Kedwell contend that she went back to work like nothing had happened. December 2nd, Diggs was in a good mood, having played well the previous night in the Patriots' victory over the New York Giants. That week, the Patriots had a bye week, and Diggs had made plans to bring some friends to Miami. The woman was quietly cheating about being left. Oh, that's what it says, cheating about being left off that trip. Kedwell said she was not just a chef to Diggs, she was a friend, and at times a friend with benefits. Oh man. She was hired to work as a chef in July of 2025 and paid $2,000 a week. The woman lived full-time in Diggs' home, as did several other staff members. As the regular season went on, the woman placed in Diggs' entourage began to slip, Cadwell said. Cadwell began his opening by telling the jury simply the assault the prosecution described never happened. There were 6 people in Diggs' home at that day, including his assistant, who will be a witness at the trial, and none of them saw anything out of the ordinary, according to Cadwell. Prosecutors have no physical evidence, medical records, or photos and videos showing injuries to support the case. That's the thing I've been looking for. Why haven't we seen photos there? Are they keeping it under wraps? Or videos, right? The message accused the woman of telling his personal business of women he was sleeping with, she said. Diggs confronted her about the messages, as did a woman who worked for him, she said. Let's see. Diggs' accuser was the first witness called by the prosecution. She began her testimony by describing her background, explaining that she has worked as a private chef for 13 years. The woman says she met Diggs through Instagram in 2021, of course. When Virtue asked her about their relationship, she exhaled and said it was complicated. I bet it was. They began as friends, and then the relationship turned physical. She says she was officially hired to work for Diggs in February 2025. The woman then began to explain a dispute she had with Diggs and a woman who worked for him beginning November 2025. The disagreement came after the woman directly messaged someone who was friends with the mother of Diggs' child. With Diggs' accuser still on the stand, Carol dismissed the jury for lunch without the jury in the room. She asked, okay, let's skip through this. Let's see. It's just going through testimony. I'm just reading some of the earlier stuff. Recess there. Let's go to some updated stuff. Okay. This is all over the place, I know, but y'all can go check it out. Let's see. After the break, the woman explained that she deleted some messages from the exchange between her and Diggs before turning them over to the police because of fear of how it would be perceived. Virtue then gave the woman a printout of the text message and asked her to read the last exchange she had with Diggs. After she called him an expletive, Diggs replied, "Show me how I'm an expletive." Virtue ended his questioning by getting the woman to confirm no one else was in the room at the time. She confirmed other people were in the home at the time. After a sidebar with the lawyers, jurors were ushered out of the courtroom and Carol stepped off of the bench. Virtue attempted to begin questioning the woman about text message between her and Diggs that she turned over to the police when she reported the incident. Many of her answers were met with objections from the defense and struck by the judge. Carol asked to see the lawyers at sidebar twice during the questioning, and the recess was called after that. Okay, let's go over the assault real quick. Diggs' accuser returned to the stand after the lunch break on Monday and began to describe the incident. On December 2nd, she recalled being upset with Diggs for not telling her he wasn't bringing her on the trip. So she was upset about the trip, not necessarily the money. She recalled lying on her bed, reading a cookbook when Diggs entered her bedroom. He closed the door behind her and leaned against a dresser on the opposite side of the bedroom. He looks very angry. She said he came in with the intent to hurt me. Diggs was upset from the text exchange they had been having. She said, asking her, "What was all that bleep you were talking?" The woman said she began to speak but couldn't finish her sentence because Diggs smacked her. She said Diggs hit her with his right hand on the right side of her face. She paused to collect herself while describing the incident. After Diggs hit her, she said she tried to push him off of her, at which he wrapped his arm around her neck and began choking her. The woman said that she was having trouble breathing and recalled Diggs falling on top of her until the bed. His grip got tighter. The more she tried to fend him off, she said, when Diggs got up, he pulled her hair and said, "Yeah, I thought so," she said. The woman said that she couldn't recall how long Diggs was in the room, but estimated incident was roughly 10 minutes. She said that she peed her pants. She was bleeding real bad. She said she was scared. And that was of the incident. Yo, this is, let me refresh this. Yo, this is some insane testimony, man. Let's see if there's any. It doesn't like any updates. So that was the gist of it. Listen, man, I don't support putting hands on women. I think men and women alike should not put hands on each other. But that's really, now people may say, oh, it's a lie, but that was really detailed. That was really detailed. Now we know that this dude either he's known for having people beat up. This is what he does. I mean, he's had his brothers put hands on what, 2 people? It was 2 men who I believe accused him of assault, or his people of assault. But Diggs is known to be very emotional. We don't really know the truth here, and no evidence was provided. She didn't take no pictures. There was no video. That what would have made the case easier for the prosecution is if that stuff is there. Maybe they have that stuff tucked away, you know, when they feel like, because they're going to need it, because apparently her testimony is not going well. But that doesn't mean that he's going to win this. I mean, a female judge, 6 female jurors who've probably been through domestic violence. You just never know. All right. But it's not starting off strong for the prosecution. If Stefon did this, then he absolutely should be guilty, and he should never be able to play a down in the NFL ever again. But if he is innocent, this woman should be criticized by everybody, right? Now, I'm seeing people saying, well, he has Cardi's lawyers. I'm pretty sure Cardi is helping him either financially, even though people say, well, he don't need the money. Well, he ain't got no job right now. When I mean financially, I mean finding lawyers that she could possibly fund, right? Because she, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot going on here. There are going to be more updates, but I wanted to speak on this first because this is day 1 of the trial. I may speak more on this when I go live again. Salute to everybody that's here. Make sure that y'all like this video, hype this video, share this video, and comment down below. Let me know what you think. And check out the other videos on the channel. You should see them appearing on the screen now. And I'll see y'all next one.